welcome to the first episode of Defend Your Faith. I just want to apologize now as I am sick, so I will sound a bit nasally. With this video and the upcoming ones, I plan to arm Christians and Catholics with knowledge of their faith, through logic, science, and common sense. I will be using the King James Bible as reference when quoting. It's not the one I personally use, but more people can relate to this one, which is why I will be using it. I feel it is important that everyone is armed in the knowledge of their faith, or if you aren't a Christian or Catholic, at least you will understand where we are coming from, rather than just believing the stereotype. Knowledge is power, and too often on the internet do I see atheists or others that seem to win it in an argument, just simply because we were not prepared. So sit back and enjoy. Scientists have run into all sorts of interesting questions about the physical and biological processes that produce the world we see today, but they are limited to observing, testing, and experimenting with present processes and creatures. They can only guess about the past based on fragmentary evidence and biased assumptions, which they cannot scientifically prove or disprove because they were not present to observe what happened in the distant past. In other words, they must rely on their preconceived beliefs about the past. Science is a useful tool, but limited because humans are fallible and limited observers. However, on the other hand, God, our eternal creator who has all knowledge, was present when he created the universe. He has revealed to us in an eyewitness account, the Bible, what happened in the past to produce what we see in the world today. The Bible explains when God intervened supernaturally at key points in history in ways that affect what astronomers, geologists, biologists, and anthropologists study. Without this record, we would be in the dark about these events. But with it, we can understand the world we see today. You can share any one of a number of well-known examples where the Bible has made a claim that science is only now beginning to recognize. I will show you some examples. To start this off, we have astronomy. The Bible claims the universe had a beginning. Philosophers and scientists rejected that claim for over 2,000 years, but now astronomers believe the universe had a beginning. The so-called Big Bang, though with a very different time frame. Anthropology. The Bible claims that all humans are one blood. It descended from one man and one woman. Acts 17:26, which reads, "And hath made of one blood all nations of men, for to dwell on all the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed in the bonds of their habitation." 1 Corinthians 15:45, which reads, "And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul, the last Adam was made a quickening spirit." And Genesis 3:20, "And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living." Some 19th century biologists argued that different races descended from lower animals, but today genetics has verified that there is only one human race. Biology. The Bible claims that God created animals after their kind. 19th century biologists argued that animals evolved from other very different animals, but today biology confirms that creatures reproduce within their own kind. Geology. The Bible claims that God destroyed the earth and the creatures inhabiting it in the worldwide flood. 19th century geologists argued that rock layers and the fossils found within them were formed as sediments were deposited slowly. But today, geology confirms that many rock layers were deposited catastrophically, burying fossils within only minutes or hours. So, if the Bible wins hands down in every earthly thing we can test, why don't people trust what it says? The issue is not the truth of Scripture, but vain reasoning and willful ignorance.